Nvidia CEO just called this AI stock
the next trillion-dollar company, ladies and gentlemen.
Whoa!
The stock exploded nearly 30% in one single day, but most investors have never even heard of it. So here's the stock the most important man in AI is quietly betting on. And welcome to day 48 of the 50-day Bear Bear Investing School. Right now, Google, Amazon, Microsoft are in an arms race, spending hundreds of billions to build AI data centers the size of small cities. But what most people don't realize is that a data center isn't just one giant computer. It's thousands of chips wired together to act as one single brain. That's why to efficiently
Distributed across the entire data center, what's necessary is connectivity.
But connecting them is brutally hard. Copper, the metal cable we've used for 50 years, is fast and cheap, but only over a few feet. And the faster chips get, the shorter copper can even reach. So for AI data centers the size of a football field, you need something called photonics. Data centers pulses of light through glass which travels far without losing speed. That's why
in the next 5-10 years, we're going to use a ton of copper and we're going to use tons and tons of optics.
now many photonic stocks like Lumentum and Coherent already rocketed, but they just make the lasers. And a laser carries zero data until a chip takes in light to turn them into useful information. That chip is called an optical DSP, the real brain behind AI's optical buildout. Only 2 companies on Earth make these optical DSP chips at scale. That's why Nvidia invested $2 billion into a strategic partnership with it. And the
Next trillion-dollar company, ladies and gentlemen.
Marvel, ticker MRVL. But hang on, how does the math even make sense? Marvel is only worth about $250 billion today. Jensen says it becomes $1 trillion. That's 4 times from an already all-time high. So to see if Jensen's math actually makes sense, we deployed Bear Bear to stress test Marvel against its earnings, growth, and every forecast on Wall Street. Now Marvel already trades as 100 times its profit. That's investors paying $100 for every $1 it earns. That's already crazy, but a stock that expensive only gets cheaper as it matures. So to hit $1 trillion, its profit has to more than quadruple. So the entire bet comes down to one question: can Marvel grow its profit that much? Here is literally what the CEO said. Management raised its financial forecast 3 times in 6 months, and its custom AI chip business is on track to double again. But here is what the hype leaves out. Even if Marvel hits every target 2 years out, it would still earn a fraction of what $1 trillion valuation demands. And in custom chips, its hottest business is up against a bigger rival, Broadcom. But if you ask Wall Street, JP Morgan, Citi, and Barclays say buy, but Goldman and Morgan Stanley say hold. Consensus price target is around 235, and Marvel is already nearly 30% above that. Now top investors like Soundshore and Maverick have already bought in, but at a much lower price. And every single trade from Marvel management is currently a sale. So to really figure out if Marvel makes sense, comment MRVL to access Bear Bear's research, covering Marvel's insider and Congress trades, valuation analysis, and full earnings breakdown. That's why I put Goldman Sachs to build inside Bear Bear. Now that's a 48. Follow for the next one.